Hello, dear friends. Today we are going to speak about adverbs and degrees of comparison. So the topic of today's lesson is adverbs, degrees of comparison. Тема нашего сегодняшнего урока – это наречия и степени сравнения. Thus, the objective of today's lesson is to revise the knowledge you received previously at school. Таким образом, целью нашего урока будет обобщить знания о наречиях, которые вы получили в средней школе ранее. Adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs, adding meaning to them. Adverbs tell us how, when, where, and to what extent. When, soon, early, late, tomorrow, yesterday, now, etc. How? Well, badly, quickly, fast, high or highly, carefully, etc. Where? Everywhere, here, there, inside, up, near, etc. To what extent? Extremely, very, really, rather, quite, almost, etc. For example, Nelly danced beautifully. How did she dance? Nelly danced beautifully. Spring will come soon. When will spring come? It will come soon. Flowers are everywhere. Where are flowers? They're everywhere. Bella waited very patiently. To what extent? Very patiently. Bella waited very patiently. Далее мы вспомним, как образуется наречие. Наречие в английском языке образуется с помощью прибавления суффикса ly к прилагательному. Например, clear – clearly, beautiful – beautifully. Now let's have a closer look at some adverbs. To form adverbs from adjectives ending in y, we drop y and add ily. For example, happy, happily, easy, easily, heavy, heavily. But be careful, dry, dryly, sly, slyly, wry, wryly. For adjectives ending in le, drop e and add y. For example, simple, simply, gentle, gently, horrible, horribly. For adjective ending in e, add ly. Scarce, scarcely, but true, truly, whole, wholly. Mind the spelling here. For adjectives ending in ic, add ally. For example, automatic, automatically, dramatic, dramatically, emphatic, emphatically. For adjectives which end in ful, full, add ly. And don't forget to have double L in spelling. Beautiful, beautifully. Careful, carefully. Loyal, loyally. Правила написания наречий нам очень пригодятся на государственных экзаменах, таких как ЕГЭ и ГИА. Let's change the sentences using adverbs instead of adjectives. He gave a brief answer. He answered briefly. The angry dog growled. The dog growled angrily. The match was stopped as there was a heavy rain. The match was stopped as it rained heavily. Anne is a clumsy cook. Anne cooks clumsily. We express our whole agreement. We agree wholly. She gave us a sly smile. She smiled slyly. He was careful working with tools. He worked with tools carefully. Her movements were automatic. She moved automatically. Their lifestyle is simple. They live simply. Apart from adverbs which end in ly, there are some other adverbs. There is a large group, adverbs of frequency. Some of them end in ly, some do not. We'll put them in order from most often to least often, like this. Always, almost always, usually, generally, regularly, often, frequently, sometimes, occasionally, hardly ever, almost never, rarely, seldom, never. In sentences, these adverbs come after the verb to be when it is the only verb in the sentence. For example, she is always late for school. I'm sometimes depressed in autumn. In sentences, adverbs of frequency come after the first auxiliary verb when there is more than one verb in the sentence. For example, I have often seen her walking there. We have never been to London. Before the main verb when there is only one verb. For example, we sometimes watch a video at the weekends. I usually get up at 7 o'clock. Adverbs of frequency are used in questions after the subject. Do you usually spend your summer in the country? In negative sentences, not comes before these adverbs of frequency. We do not often see him. Time adverbs do not end in ly. They are soon, today, yesterday, now, etc. Place or location adverbs are inside, outside, up, down, etc. Now I will tell you about degrees of comparison of adverbs. Теперь я напомню вам степени сравнения наречий. They remind us very much of the rule for the adjectives. Они напоминают нам правила образования степеней сравнения для прилагательных. Most adverbs in the English language are 2 or more syllable words. Therefore, they make their forms for comparison using words more or most. For example, patiently, more patiently, most patiently. Quietly, more quietly, most quietly. Often, more often, most often. If you speak more clearly, everyone will hear you. Sam works the most quickly. But pay attention to the word early. It's an exception. Early, earlier, earliest. Adverbs which have the same form as adjectives corresponding to them form their comparatives and superlatives with the suffix er or est. For example, fast, faster, fastest. Long, longer, longest. Hard, harder, hardest. It'll take us longer if we walk. You should work harder. Jim runs fastest. The same model is used for one-syllable adverbs. Soon, sooner, soonest. Least said, soonest mended, the proverb says. In conversational English, however, they use both models for 2- and 3-syllable adverbs. For example, clearly, more clearly or clearer, most clearly or clearest. Easily, more easily or easier, most easily or easiest. Quickly, more quickly or quicker, most quickly or quickest. For example, who is the quickest? You can run quicker. Some adverbs are irregular. For example, the adverb for the adjective good is well. Well, better, best. Bad, badly. Worse, worst. Much, more, most. Many or a lot. More, most. Little, less, least. Far, farther or further. Farthest or furthest, with a difference in the meaning and usage. Farther or further means longer in distance. Further is used to mean more, further information. For example, he behaves worse than Jack. His school is farther than mine, or his school is further than mine. Now let's practice. Open the brackets, please, and use the correct form of the adverb. The girls met in a friendly way. Anne writes essays better than Kate. Nick lives farther or further from our office than I do. Helen is the best dancer. She has danced most beautifully. He will invite her to the interview sooner than other firms. It was the most difficult day. On that day, we walked longest. Our lesson is over. Good luck in your studies. Goodbye.